So as a leader, there's three assessment questions that you can ask yourself. One is, how are you showing up today? That means, are you leading with clarity? Does your team know the vision? Are you focused on that vision? How are you showing up? Do you have them focused on the North Star of your vision? Are you focused on the North Star of your vision? Are you leading with clarity? These are the things that you ask yourself that will help you do a daily assessment of that number one question. How are you showing up? And I used to ask myself that quite often. How are you showing up? Does the team understand the mission? Are they focused in on the mission? Am I making sure that the mission is posted everywhere, and not only posted everywhere so that they can see it, but also am I speaking the mission? Am I living the mission? Do we lead with the mission? Are we remembering why we are there? Do we know the vision? So the vision is your North Star. The vision is what it's going to look like when the problem you're dealing with is over. You fixed it. It's done. Are you leading with that? The number two thing that I did a daily assessment on is, what energy am I bringing into the room? Look, Maya Angelou said that they may not remember your name, but they will remember how you made them feel. So as a leader, ask yourself, what energy am I bringing into the room? Am I bringing positivity? Am I bringing a can-do attitude? Or when I walk in the room as a leader, is the air sucked out of the room and everyone's demoralized? Because it matters. It matters how you make people feel. You are the chief cheerleader. You are the CEO. So what energy are you bringing when you walk into the room? And that is in the room with your staff. That is in the room with your board. It's all your stakeholders across the board. What energy are you bringing into the room? Doesn't matter where I go, people always say, you bring such good energy. And because I bring good energy, they want to work with me. That is one of the secret sauces of building relationships. And building relationships is the key to fundraising success. So daily, ask yourself, what energy am I bringing into the room? You have to ask yourself these questions, because if you're not accountable for the energy that you bring into the room, no one else is going to let you know. You have to understand that you're responsible for these things as a leader. What energy are you bringing into the room? And if you know your energy is off, get some help. Right? If you know your energy is off because you're overwhelmed or you're stressed out or whatever the reason is, because you're naturally um, um, a negative Nancy, and there are some people who are naturally negative Nancy's, but get some out, right? Because as a leader, this is what you have to do. You are responsible for the energy that you bring into the room, and if you're not bringing that positivity, then no one, your team is not going to be positive. Your stakeholders are not going to be positive. So what energy are you bringing into the room? Next thing that I'm going to talk about, number 3, is how are you keeping yourself relevant? Now, again, I ask this question daily: how am I keeping myself relevant? And I'm going to share a story with you, right? Sometimes I can get caught up in, I don't want to call it perfectionism, because I'm not a perfectionist. Um, I really believe that it doesn't have to be perfect to get started. But sometimes when I don't want to do something, and I recognize this, and you should recognize it too, if I don't want to do something or I am hesitant on taking a project to the next level, whatever that is, I can be very nitpicky. I can focus on, for example, I can focus on a font of a document. Now, should I be focused on a font of a document? Not really. I had a workshop that I was preparing for, and my printer kept printing out Cricket, and it was driving me crazy, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I figured it out a little bit. It wasn't as bad as it was before. And I thought, well, do I want to hand this out? Is this a good representation? It was not visible to anyone other than me. And then I thought about it. What's going to keep me relevant? Is it going to be that this is slightly Cricket? Or is it going to be that I get out there and do this workshop and hand out some materials and get out there and network with the people in the room? What are they going to remember? What is relevant? What is relevant is I get out there and I do it. So I ask that question all the time. How am I going to stay relevant? I'm not going to worry about the font. I'm not going to worry about the cricketness. Now I'm going to execute excellence. Don't get me wrong, because y'all know that's my motto, execute excellence, right? But I'm not going to let those things delay the ultimate, which the ultimate is getting out in the community, getting out there and doing what I need to do to keep myself relevant as a leader. So if you do these daily assessments every day and ask those 3 questions, how am I showing up? What energy do I bring when I come into the room? And how do I keep myself relevant? If you do that daily and you ask those questions daily, as a CEO, you will learn to be accountable to yourself. You will learn to be focused on those questions. And what you focus on expands. That is the law of attraction. What you focus on expands. So if you're consciously asking yourself those 3 questions daily, and you realize that each day there's a little bit room for improvement, and you have that vision or you have that goal of where you want to be, then you'll work towards that. But daily, and it doesn't take long. Doesn't take long. At the end of the night, even, I'm not a journaler. I do not like to journal. People always say Oprah says journal, but I do like to take stock. And if you do like to journal and write things down, I do. I don't call it journaling because I have a mental block around that. But I have a little notebook beside my bed and I write my thoughts. But if you daily write down those 3 questions and answer those 3 questions, before long, it will become a habit. And then what you focus on expands. And that is going to help you with your leadership. I cannot express that enough. So I don't know who I'm talking to out there, but I hope that what I'm saying helps you. And I hope as you travel in this leadership journey that you pick up little tidbits here and there that's going to help you, because it is lonely in the leadership journey, especially it is lonely at the top, being a CEO. And so when you are in that position, whether you chose to be or not, when you're there, you have to make sure that you are being the best that you can be and that you are focused on ensuring that you develop those skill sets that will make you a great CEO. And making you a great CEO is always and continually learning. And not only always and continually learning, it is self evaluation. It is asking yourself, how am I showing up today? What energy is coming with me when I walk into the room? And how am I going to stay relevant today? So, with that, again, I hope this helps someone. And I want to end as always. Your mission matters and deserves to be funded to its fullest capacity. Y'all stay blessed. Bye bye. What is that? Why is that stream taking so long to end? Hey, I don't know. Is it still live? Oh.